by Real. From the Charlotte Hornets at 6'3", Baron Davis. At 6'11" from the Indiana Pacers, Jonathan Bender. At 6'6" from the Los Angeles Clippers, Corey Maggette. From the Seattle Supersonics at 6'7", Desmond Mason. From the Utah Jazz at 6'5", Deshaun Stevenson. And at 6'10" from the Vancouver Grizzlies, Stromile Swift. Let's hear it for the 2001 contestants in the NBA.com Slam Dunk, presented by Real.
As I said, a very young field. The winner will go home with $25,000. Second place worth $15,000. Third place, $10,000. And don't forget to log on to NBA.com or America Online. Keyword NBA.com to cast your vote for the champion of the NBA.com Slam Dunk presented by Real. And once again, a distinguished panel of judges, including Hall of Famers Nate Tiny Archibald, David Thompson, Julius Irving, and our TNT colleagues Danny Ainge, Kenny Smith. And once again, we have the microphones on Kenny and Danny. Guys, what are you looking for in this field?
I'm going for Deshaun Stevenson. If he can pull off the heezy fasheezy dunk that he described to me, I'm going with him.
How can you go for him? We haven't even seen a dunk.
No, but I talked with all of them. I talked with all of them.
You're a judge. But no, I really was looking for the swagger right now. I want to see who was really confident. They're young. These guys have never dunked in front of this many people when you're by yourself, and they didn't seem confident. So I'm not sure who's going to be.
And they weren't warming up very hard. There was nobody sweating.
There's nobody sweating. This is different. This is very different.
Czar, last year we saw Kenny Smith as a very difficult judge. High standards. You think he will change?
The Russian judge.
Yeah. Now, Kenny, do you change your standards for this particular field?
No, not at all. You got to bring your game, not your name, because I'm coming here. I want to see everything that you have all out.
I'm just glad there's no North Carolina players playing here, so it could be fair.
Then that would be a biased opinion, no question.
All right, here's Baron Davis, who has emerged as the favorite out of UCLA. Remember the Charlotte Hornets, who has really come on, and this is second season. All right, Baron Davis up first.
Well, that's not too simple. It was a perfect pass, but he just jumped so high anywhere around the rim. That's a dunk.
Yeah, the reason I gave him a higher score, I would have gave him an 8, but the height at which he threw the alley-oop to himself made it a little more difficult.
And it was a perfect on the first try.
Perfect on the first try. Yeah, no baseball strike stuff. None of that.
Well, an impressive number for Baron Davis. Gets 9 across the board for a 45 total.
Yeah.
It's been a difficult time for Baron. A week ago, his father died of a heart attack at the age of 50. Baron, raised by his grandparents in Santa Monica, California. He and his dad had just begun to patch up their relationship. Baron said they were becoming real close the past couple of years.
Surprised he's recovered as well as he has from that knee surgery, and obviously a terrific season thus far for the Charlotte Hornets. They've got him on the floor almost 40 minutes a game, so obviously Paul Silas feels very good about this young man's play.
Hey, Marv, last year he asked me to put him to say that he should be in the dunk contest. I went to a practice. After practice, Larry Bird made him dunk from the free throw line for me to try to get him in last year. So we'll see what he can do now.
All right, that's Jonathan Bender with the windmill attempt.
See, Kenny, that, you can get away with a miss, which is okay, but, that's just not warming up. The guy can do that dunk 9 out of 10 times, but he's just not loose yet.
He has no sweat right now. I don't know anybody who can do it without a sweat.
Well, there it is, Kenny. There's one that can do it without a sweat.
But the second try, though.
Second try.
Judge the first dunk.
We're judging on the first dunk, ladies and gentlemen. So if we're judging on that first dunk, I have to go low.
He missed it. Got to go low.
Actually, you are only entitled to one dunk at a time. I don't know if that was a warm-up on the part of Jonathan Bender.
He called do-over, Marv. I say it all the time.
Playing by his own rules.
Is that a mulligan?
Yes. Well, no one wanted to tell him to get off the court.
That'll be good for his confidence anyway. He'll get another chance. That one won't count if he has 2 good dunks. He better bring out his best one next time, though, Kenny.
He's got to bring it all, because right now, no one's really showing the enthusiasm and getting the crowd involved right now. We need somebody to get this crowd on his feet. There it is. This might be it. This might be it. This might be it.
You know, one thing I'm noticing on Corey Maggette right there, looks like he has a tearaway jersey right there. Have you noticed that? There's holes in the side like Velcro.
I think I know where that comes from. I think I know where the ball is going to be hitting in there. He's going to have to pull it out sometime.
I think he's going to go up, dunk, tear the jersey off at the same time.
Corey Maggette, a little flip. Oh, and he puts it down with help from teammate Quentin Richardson.
Hey, I'm going with you, baby. That wasn't bad. That wasn't bad. That wasn't bad.
I've got to talk to Alvin Gentry about Clipper practices. I mean, how much time do you have to work on somersaults in practice?
That's impressive right there, though, Ken. I don't know many NBA players that can do that.
No,
but the dunk was only an 8. The flip was a 10.
The flip was a 10.
That's why I'm giving him a 9.
I remember Michael Finley tried to do a cartwheel dunk one time. Hands on, he did a halfway cartwheel. That was a real gymnastic flip right there.
He's like, he should be in one of those, the Bud Light dunkers.
And you know what? The thing about it, after you come down out of that flip, the energy to go back up, that's where you get the 10 at.
Oh, come on, Kenny. You could the dunk was an 8.
All right, Darius Miles enjoying that dunk by teammate Corey Maggette. Let's go to Craig.
Well, Corey, the dunk is one thing, but as a former Willie the Wildcat, I was impressed with the flip. How do you practice things like that?
You know, I was just practicing at home, trying some different dunks. I just figured I had to get some creativity. I had to try it, and, I guess it went through.
Danny was expecting something from you. Also mentioned, looked like you had a tear-away jersey on. Is that something you have planned for later?
Yeah, I got that planned for later. So, I'm going to hold that up and show you the next dunk I'm going to do.
How about a backflip?
I ain't going to do that one yet. I might bring it out if I get in the second round.
All right, thanks a lot. Back tomorrow.
Well, the judges liked it, as you saw. A minimum of one dunk in the first round must involve a teammate. So Corey Maggette combining with Quentin Richardson. So Maggette with a 46. Aaron Davis opening with a 45.
You know, you never asked me. We heard Kenny's pick. Yeah. We heard Danny. You never asked me who I thought was going to win.
I don't see that question coming.
We'll ask you, Mike. Who's going to win?
Well, I don't see it coming.
Thanks for asking, Danny.
Hey, I think me and Tiny Archibald, so scores are mixed. I gave him a 10, and it said 8 on the thing, so our scores are mixed up. I like that dunk, so I gave that a 10.
I would be embarrassed to admit that I gave that a 10.
Yeah, that was a 10.
All right, here's Desmond Mason of the Seattle Supersonics, rookie from Oklahoma State, first-round pick of the Sonics. Oh, Mason tried to put it between the legs.
Oh, he attacked the front of the rim.
There's another guy. No sweat.
Yeah, you got to get loose. You got to get loose to try that the first dunk without sitting on the bench.
Oh, my goodness.
That's kind of like the first pitch from Ryan Duran coming out of the bullpen years ago.
Ryan Duran.
He can make that dunk, though.
He can make it easily if he was sweating.
I agree.
The czar with a sense of history. Quoting.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do like Coach used to do in practice. Everybody take 3 laps and come back in. Get ready to practice. You're not ready to practice yet. That's what Coach Vitello used to do when I was with the Hawks.
Well, Coach Vitello, he's had 3 slam dunk champions.
Yes, he
Larry
had.
Nance, Spud Webb,
wait a
Dominique.
second. He had 2. He will explain why he thinks he had a 3rd.
Well, because he takes credit for Larry Nance.
I coached 3 slam dunk champs.
Larry Nance won it before you were coach of the Cavaliers.
I still coached him. That's the idea. That there was.
All right, here's DeShaun Stevenson, the 19-year-old of the Utah Jazz, and he misfires.
See, that's the inexperience I was talking about, Marv. See, being a dunk contest person and aficionado, you really have to come out with the ball in your hands. You got to keep it in your hands for your first dunk because you want your first one to go down to get your confidence. That's a dunk he can make, but he doesn't have his confidence up yet. Stage right. Dr. J over here said it's stage. It's the first time. So you should keep the ball in your hands the first time because none of these guys have been in the dunk contest before.
Well, Sean Stevenson won the McDonald's All-American Classic when he was in high school. I know it's
ain't no burgers here, baby.
But you got to come out. You got to just get warmed up, though.
Ain't no burgers here, man. This is the real deal.
All right, let's see if Stromile Swift will have learned from what he has seen from some of the other competitors.
Somebody like to ask me who I am picking to win this?
You're picking the Stroh show, I'm assuming.
I am picking the Stroh show.
Is this after you saw other guys having problems? You're making the selection now?
I'm picking him because Shaquille O'Neal said that he's going to win it.
Here is Swift. Oh! Yes.
Better put some stickum on the hands.
I think that's a do-over. I think it's a do-over. The ball was wet. That was a wet ball.
That's a replacement dunk.
Yeah, they're saying it was not a true attempt. And now he puts it down.
That's what I'm talking about, Kenny.
Hey, you know what? I think he's going to, right now, he's the clear favorite. Even though I might not give him the greatest score, but he's going to be the favorite.
Stromile Swift, first-round pick of the Grizzlies, second selection overall in the draft. Following 2 years at LSU, not getting the playing time with Vancouver, just 21 years old.
Kenny, don't penalize Stromile because maybe I didn't give you as many minutes as you wanted back in Atlanta now, just because I picked him. Don't penalize his score.
The only reason I penalized him, didn't give him the 10 because he didn't really put enough funk in it when he turned around. He just did the basic 360 that we've seen over years and years to come.
But his head was about 3 inches from the rim.
All right, Stromile Swift with a 45, receiving 9 across the board. Let's go to Craig.
Well, you got a 45 after that first time when the ball slipped out. You got to be pretty happy.
Yeah, I'm just happy to get the bugs out. I'm just gonna go in and try to have fun and just bring out a little more stuff on my next dunk.
That's what Kenny Smith says. You guys got to act like you have fun. You got to play to the crowd. You got to warm up. You got to do a couple laps, get in the flow of things.
Yeah, I got a little butterflies in my stomach, kind of nervous, but that first dunk kind of got him out, so I try to come back with something else.
All right, let's go back to Marv.
All right, Craig. Corey Maggette with a 46 leading the way, followed by Baron Davis and Stromile Swift. 2 more dunks to come on round 1. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to the slam dunk competition. It hasn't been a lot of dunks. Doc, what's the problem out there?
Well, Cheryl, you're witnessing a classic case of stage fright on behalf of a lot of young athletes. And, it's something that happens in other mediums, but you don't expect it in basketball, because basketball is basically a team sport. So if you're a little nervous, your teammates can bring you out of that. These guys don't have any teammates now. They just have the floor and the rim and that ball.
All right. So, David, Doc is saying that the guys seem to be a little nervous. What would be your advice?
Well, calm down and do some dunks that you can make. Pretty much. The guys can really jump, but they're just missing the dunk. So hopefully in the next round they'll be okay.
You guys haven't been working too hard. All right, let's go back to you, Marv.
All right, thank you, Cheryl. Very young field. No one older than 24. No one has more than 2 years experience. The veterans here are Baron Davis and Corey Maggette. And I guess Jonathan Bender, although he does not play very frequently for the Indiana Pacers. Baron Davis with his second dunk attempt on this opening round.
No knee brace for Baron Davis.
Well, Baron doesn't have to put up a great score here, Kenny, because he's in. Only 3 guys have a good score, but
That's the inexperience. If you don't need a great score, keep the ball in your hands, get to the next level.
Let's check in with Craig Sager.
Well, I'm with a two-time NBA slam dunk champion, not just any two-time NBA slam dunk champion, Michael Jordan. First of all, tell us about the competition here. Kenny Smith thinks he should be playing more to the crowd.
Well, you probably should be, but, I mean, it's hard. You know, the fans had the opportunity to see Vince Carter last year, and, you know, he's not in it this year as well as, you know, Kobe's not in it. So, I mean, you know, quite naturally, it's going to take a lot for them to get excited, I promise you.
You always performed under pressure, but in the slam dunk contest, 85, 88, of course, you had the big one with Dominique Wilkins. 3 times you had perfect scores. What did you try to do?
I didn't know. You know, the one thing that, you know, about this whole this competition, you just try to create. And whatever your mind comes up with, that's what you try to do. It's hard to practice and, you know, try to do something before. You just got to come out and let it happen.
Let's go back to Marv for a second, Marv.
All right, Craig. Michael wearing the sweatshirt. Is he looking to take the court?
Well, you notice what he did. The first thing Michael did is he snuck in his Carolina alumnus. You got Vince Carter's name out there. He knew that was coming.
I know he didn't mention Kenny Smith's dunks.
No, but Craig Sager said what he told him exactly what I said and relayed a message for me. So it's all connected. It's all connected.
Well, Jonathan better pull out one of his better dunks right here.
Jonathan might be sitting over here with us if he doesn't come here and do something spectacular.
Jonathan Bender of the Indiana Pacers, who recently celebrated his 20th birthday out of Picayune, Mississippi.
Kenny, you think he just changed his mind? He was going to do one thing and now just decided to go to something else?
I can't understand how you can have all that time and then you change your mind when you're on the court. You should know your second dunk by now. That's the inexperience. They got to come with it.
I think he's going with the Dr. J jump from the free throw line, except he's going to go from behind with his left hand.
All right, here's Bender on the run. As you called it, Dan, puts it down with the left hand.
See exactly where he took off now on that.
Just inside the free throw line. You know, he was going to try to take off from behind it. He was going to put some tape up, but just barely. That's a pretty impressive dunk up with his left hand.
Pretty impressive. He didn't dribble the basketball. This is basketball. I'm not giving any violations. You violate you didn't double dribble. You double dribble. You walk. I'm calling it in here. I'm taking points off.
You can't change the rules.
I'm calling it. That's a double. That's a walk. That's a walking violation.
And down through the years, there have been a number of outstanding stuffs straight down the lane. 1976, the Dr. Julius Erving. And here's Michael in 1988. Remember Brent Barry? He was the slam dunk champion in 1996.
And everyone had their foot on that free throw line. They all were like about 6 inches over the free throw line.
I would have all gave them all a 9 if they were here, too. I wouldn't have gave them a 10.
Everybody else gave him 10s the first time around, but now it's kind of old. You got to come up with something different. But he did it with his left hand also.
Corey Maggette of the Los Angeles Clippers registering a 46 on his first attempt. A windmill effect by Maggette.
Playing it conservative that time, going for the sure thing, putting it down.
I'm not mad at him right now because it's the first round. He had a good score. Hey, keep it simple.
Man, ball is horrible. Ball is horrible, dog.
There you go.
Ball slipped out my hand, man.
I'm just use our own ball.
You know, those are pretty simple looking dunks, but those are hard.
Yeah, but those are game dunks. These are dunks that we've seen these guys do in a game. In a dunk contest, there's nobody on the court but you. So you should be able to do something that we have not seen you do before.
I look at the standings, and I remind you that one overall score, a composite of the two top scores, with the lowest score excluded, will be awarded in round one. Each player will attempt 3 dunks. This is the second dunk in the first round. And here's Desmond Mason of the Sonics. First round pick of Seattle. Began the season in the starting lineup, but Nate McMillan shuffled that lineup. Oh, nicely done by Desmond Mason.
More confidence that time coming out. Got the first one behind him. Came back with a little confidence there.
Well, this isn't too impressive. Again, this is a dunk every day. He tries to cradle it, but then he changes his mind and just goes with the basic reverse dunk.
Yeah, the ball slipped out his hand. You know, good dunk, but a game dunk. I've seen it in a game. I want to see a game dunks that you have never seen in a game.
42 for Desmond Mason. Let's get back to Craig and Michael.
Well, Michael, Kenny Smith hasn't seen anything he likes so far. Have you seen a dunk that you like?
You know, actually, I thought Corey was pretty innovative. I think I didn't know if I should judge him on the flip or the dunk, but actually, I think Jonathan's was pretty good. I mean, you got to realize he's right-handed and he's taking off from the free throw line, dunking in left hand. That's pretty impressive.
You saw Mario Lemieux come out every time. We heard John Thompson talk to you earlier. How bad are you itching to get back in the game?
Am I itching? No, I think Charles is itching more than I am. And, you know, in all honesty, I left the best way I could have, and, in all honesty, I haven't even thought about it. Yeah, I get those urges. But right now, I can't say that I will, or I even consider it. Charles, he needs to lose about 800 pounds before he can even consider it.
Well, I don't think he can get up like Deshaun Stevenson just did. What do you think of this dunk?
That was pretty good. I enjoyed that. I think that was very creative. I think this kid is real young, and I think he's going to continue to learn more and more about his basketball skills, but you can see he has great creativity.
There's another look at the replay. Kenny says you should do dunks that you don't do in the game. You should be more innovative.
I think you should. I think this is probably the only time that your creativity can just go wild. In a game, you don't really have time enough to do it. I think you got to worry about scoring the basket, but out here, you just let it go. Whatever you think about, just go out there and try it.
We got a 46. Let's go back tomorrow.
All right, thanks, guys. So Deshaun Stevenson, the 19-year-old first-round pick of the Utah Jazz, with a 46 as the follow-up to the 30 on his first attempt, which was a miss. And here is Stromile Swift of Vancouver.
I think he's got a little something special with Kenny right now.
Right now, to me, he's kind of the favorite just because of the height is what he did it. And he did kind of let his body go the last time in the dunk.
Kind of an angular path taken by Stromile Swift.
I ain't get it right that time.
He just does it so easy. Here's a guy that's 6'9" and jumps pretty easy. Pretty basic dunk again. That's something he would do on the fast break of a game.
No, I've seen him do it with the left hand a little bit better in a game. But I still think he's the favorite. That'll get him to the next round, though.
Not if you keep giving him aids.
Stromile checking the score, and a 45 to match the number that he picked up on his first dunk. So after two dunks of the first round, a look at the competition. We'll be back with the third dunk on round one in a moment. Welcome back to the MCI Center as we check out some of the highlights of the first couple of dunks on round one.
This is the jitter round. This was the nervous jitter round. Everybody was just trying to, like a boxing match. But he came out, I thought he came out with the best energy than anybody.
The highest individual scores, 46, picked up by Bender, McGetty, and Stevenson. Davis and Swift on two occasions with a 45. This is the third and final dunk of the first round. There are 2 rounds of competition. 3 of the participants will advance to the final round.
Hey, Kenny, let me ask you, would you rather do 3 straight dunks in a row or have all this time in between each one of your dunks?
I'd rather have time to sit around and think about it. I don't know what David Wesley's doing with a camcorder. This is great. And he made a great pass. This one is starting to heat up right now.
I got to see the replay again. I wasn't even ready to watch it.
He is getting ready right now. It's heating up right now.
What's next?
A minimum of 1 dunk in this first round must involve a teammate, but this was rather unique.
Well, this is a teammate and a prop at the same time. Do you get extra credit for the camera?
That's for the whole viewing. I think he's going to have just watching the whole view. But he makes the perfect pass. I gave David Wesley at 10, too.
That's pretty good right there. The dunk wasn't that hard. The pass was good.
He jumped over him, Danny.
He was laying on the ground.
David Wesley has his own replay.
I've had this replay before. Gotta be a fan, right? Laying on the ground with guys dunking over me. I've been in there. I've been right there before.
That's a very familiar picture for a lot of us.
Very creative work by the combination of Aaron Davis, David Wesley. Picks up a 49. Only Danny Ainge.
What's up with Danny Ainge? You know, it was creative with the thing, but it wasn't that hard of a dunk.
No, you over here drinking Haterade, man. Get out of here. That was a good dunk.
It was a good dunk.
Give him artistic credit, Danny.
Yeah, just like you did last time.
Al Harrington now will assist his Indiana Pacer teammate, Jonathan Bender. I don't see any props on Al Harrington.
I would use Travis Best to be my passer. I don't know about this guy Harrington being a passer. He's a scorer rebounder. Pass a little bit too low.
Yeah. That's what made it hard, Kenny, is that he threw it down low. It's like a bad pass drill. You got to catch it low and get it up quick. That's just what he did.
Right, but he didn't give him time to get the illusion going that he's doing more with the basketball than he actually is, like moving it around. He just had to catch it real quick and dunk it because he threw him a bad pass like a forward.
But that's much harder than throwing the ball up over the top of the rim and letting him catch it and dunk it.
Get Travis Best out there. He would have got a 10 from me.
All right, Jonathan awaiting the tabulation. 44 for Jonathan Bender. This is the third and final dunk on the first round.
Open the second round up.
Now Corey Maggette of the Los Angeles Clippers talking it over with his teammate Quentin Richardson, who did take part in an earlier dunk with Maggette effectively.
Is this the tearaway jersey, or is he saving it for the next round?
He better not be saving anything. He's got to put up a pretty good score right here.
Got to hang a long time in the air to tear it away and dunk, don't you, Ken?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I've seen some variations in street ball basketball, guys tearing their jersey or taking it off as they're dunking. So I will be interested to see what he does.
It'd be great if he tore it away and Kenny's picture was on the jersey.
What do you think?
On the left side.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Mixed reaction from the crowd.
Because we thought it was a real game. We didn't think this was a dunk contest. I thought that's a real game. Just regular, go to the basket, put it in as hard as you can with authority.
I'm not sure he knew what he wanted to do as he was on his way, and he got there and all of a sudden just kind of played it safe.
Yeah, but you can't play it safe right now. I think you're right. I don't know what he's waiting for. He better hope to get into the finals and someone else collapses here at the end.
And after 3 dunks, see the scores for Davis, Bender, and Maggette.
See, Maggette's eliminated because Swift has 90 already, and Swift doesn't even need to do the last dunk unless Stevenson or Mason come up with something big here.
Just squat something right there.
He's not going to jump over him, is he?
Well, if I was Rashard Lewis, we talk about we talk about inexperience. We talk about naiveness. I would not let him jump over me if I was Rashard Lewis.
Desmond Mason positioning his Seattle teammate, Rashard Lewis.
He needs a 48.
Uh-oh. He may go on his back and then do it. How about that? Can you run up his back, jump off his back, and dunk it?
You can.
You can for a 6.
You want to put the team's best player out for the rest of the year?
Oh, Mason got a piece of Lewis.
They're going to give it to him again because that wasn't an attempted dunk.
Little kick in the back.
It's a slip, but in a game, if that slips, the other team gets the ball. That's a dunk for me.
Desmond Mason once again making contact with teammate Rashard Lewis. Took a couple of hits.
Rashard Lewis hugging him and thanking him for not landing on him.
You got to see the replay here, Kenny. Did he really jump over the top of him? From our angle, we can't really tell if he jumps over him. He doesn't jump side of him. He goes right over the top of him. That's impressive.
It's impressive. It really is. But
now,
also,
that's better than Baron Davis's dunk.
Okay, but let me
threw the ball up right by the rim and he caught it and dunked it.
Let me tell you why. Vince Carter jumped over a human being that was 7'3", standing up. This guy had this. He had to bend him over. He had Rashard Lewis bend it over. I got to give him a 9. I've seen somebody do it in a game over someone 7'3" standing. End of story.
And Kenny, that was international play.
But that's still better than Baron Davis's dunk, and you gave him a 10.
There's some people you can never satisfy.
Deshaun's got to bring out his real thing here. They call this dunk right here. Russell and Deshaun have been practicing this, and they call it the off the heezy for sheezy. What do you think?
Please, get out of here. I don't believe it till I see it.
All right, Deshaun Stevenson needs a 45 to advance to the final round. He has his teammate, Brian Russell, with him.
At my score and always going to go one over. He was going to put the same thing I was until I put mine down and he put it one over.
I give Brian Russell a 10 and Deshaun a 9.8, so I'm rounding it off.
Sean Stevenson, who made the jump to the NBA out of Washington Union High School in Fresno, California, one of 2 high school players to join the league this season. The other, Darius Miles of the Clippers, and a very impressive 49, only Kenny Smith holding out, providing a 9.
Well, he said he needed 45, and he went out there and got a 49.
You know, I like the dunk. I really did, but it was... I'm going to save it. I need something to see something else for the next round.
He had a name for it, too. Off the heezy for sheezy.
It was off the heezy for sheezy, but it didn't really get me to the 10 level.
Well, how did Baron Davis's get you to the 10 level? He just flipped the ball up.
It was early. It was early. He caught me early.
Now, Stromile Swift of the Vancouver Grizzlies needs a 47 to advance to the final.
I'm going to squat down.
Now, Kenny, this is where the young man really must understand the rules of what he has to do to move on to the next round.
Well, if Damon Jones can be inventive and innovative, he maybe can make like he's sitting in a defensive stance and he'll be in the same position.
Right.
But Damon's not a defensive type player, so he's not even thinking that.
He can't squat down low enough, you're saying. Hey, but they're going to just throw the ball up, it looks like, and then Stromile's going to catch it. But, hey, he needs a dunk. He's got to get a 46 and a 47. What does he need to advance?
47 and 46 would force, believe it or not, a dunk-off with Desmond Mason to make it to the final round. As Kenny mentioned, that's Stromile's Vancouver teammate, Damon Jones.
I wonder if he knows what he needs to advance.
Well, I'm trying to figure out, it looks like Damon's going to do some passing. Why wouldn't you bring Mike Bibby? I don't understand it. He's the best three-point shooter on your team, but not the best passer.
Big Country's the best passer. I'd like to see him jump over Big Country.
Oh, Swift way off on that.
That was a perfect pass, though. I'll give it to Damon.
That would have been impressive. I think he would have had enough.
That would have been a 10.
Yeah. I think that was a slip. Don't you think they should do it over?
I think they're ruling it a dunk, an attempt. He had it in his hand going to the basket. There's your guy. He's going home.
A disappointed Stromile Swift heads back to the bench. A look at the finalists. Baron Davis, Desmond Mason, and Sean Stevenson will have the final after this. In D.C., Marv Albert, Mike Fratello, along with our judges, TNT colleagues Kenny Smith, Danny Ainge, set for the final round of the slam dunk. And the finalists, Desmond Mason, rookie from Oklahoma State, Seattle Supersonics, Sean Stevenson of the Utah Jazz, the 19-year-old first-round draft pick, and Baron Davis, second-year man from UCLA, member of the Charlotte Hornets. And in this final round, each player will attempt 2 dunks, either solo or with a teammate assisting. The combined score of the 2 dunks will determine the champion. Here is Desmond Mason.
Ooh, that's like the old Michael Jordan, a little bit different angle, but with the left hand again instead of the right.
And he's getting better and better as this competition goes on. You see his confidence has grown now. He feels very comfortable. He's showing us something here.
That's impressive dunk right there. It looks a lot better in slow motion, too.
Yeah, if I had the benefit of slow motion, I might have even raised my score, but I didn't. Fast motion, I give him a 9.
But that's good right there. Those used to be 10s. When Michael Jordan did that, it was a 10.
Yeah, because he's the first to do it. It's easy to copy what someone else has done. Make the blueprint and build the house is much more difficult.
I haven't seen anybody copy yours yet. Between the legs.
You know,
I think
Baron Davis said he was going to do it. He told me he was going to do it. We're going to see. He can get a 10 for me for that one, just for bringing back memories.
We messed up the program here.
NBA official Tim Donahue handing the ball to Baron Davis.
Go!
Stephon Marbury of the New Jersey Nets rooting on Baron Davis.
One replacement in the finals right here, so this is good. But he's going to try to do something different, I think. That's not good enough right there, Kenny.
No, that's a first-round dunk to kind of get your jitters going.
Any dunk that I could do doesn't count.
Lot better.
I can't do that.
That's a Dominique Wilkins dunk from a few years back.
And Davis is not 6'3", by the way. He's your size. He's about 6'1".
Watch my next one. Pull out the secret weapon. It's in every time.
Baron Davis picking it up after the miss. Coming back strong. That's the replacement dunk. Let's check in with Craig Sager. Craig?
Well, Baron, you get one replacement dunk in the finals, and obviously you needed that mulligan.
What'd you say?
I said you get one replacement dunk in the finals. Obviously you needed that.
Now I'm going to pull out my secret weapon. I'm going to the secret weapon, my bag of tricks, and I got a surprise for my last dunk. I bet you'd be surprised. Watch.
Well, give us a hint.
It's called the blind man's bluff.
Blind man's bluff.
Yeah.
Beforehand, I know it's tough for you. A lot of people said you're the favorite, but your father passing away this month. I saw you writing something on his shoes. What were you doing?
I was just writing his name. You know, I'm just dedicating this to my father. Also, my grandfather, who passed away when I was younger. And, you know, it's definitely been a hard week. I haven't had time to really prepare for anything, you know, traveling back and forth from Charlotte to L.A. to make funeral arrangements and also to attend the services. So, you know, I'm just here and trying to be in good spirits and represent them.
All right, good luck. Make them proud.
Thanks a lot.
All right, Craig, it's been a difficult stretch for Baron Davis, but as you heard, said he hasn't really had time to work on his dunks. Said he'd go back to his high school repertoire, although he does promise the blind man's bluff later on. That was mishandled, actually, by Sean Stevenson on the pass.
He might have been better off missing it and using it as a chance to go back again and take another one.
Where's John Stockton when you need a pass?
It wasn't the pass right there. That was just that was non-creative. That can't be his plan right there.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's not good enough right there, Kenny. I mean, again, that's a dunk I could do. Not right now. Not right now.
Wait, even then, where's this dunk I can do? I don't remember all of these dunks, man. I remember, like, you dunking 3 times in your whole career.
Hey, remember when we did that, the Kenny Smith dunk?
When you had the bigger Brigham Young game, when you had a chance to dunk it for the game, when you laid it in. Come on, I remember that.
That's because Orlando Woodridge was sitting right there.
I don't know. That's when you dunk on somebody. That's what I'm talking about. You're a layup king. You're not a dunk king.
Would Deshaun have been wiser to go with a replacement dunk?
I think he should if he can. After a make, I think you're not allowed to. I'm not really too sure of the rules.
No, he should have. What he's saying is, I think what Marv's saying, he should let the ball go.
No, well, Marv is saying what I said. That's what Marv is saying. He's just repeating the fact that I said he should have missed it and done a replacement dunk.
No. Danny, will you please join us at the table? The Czar is just out of control. A look at the scoreboard in this final round after the first dunk. And we now come down to the final dunk of this final round. And this is Desmond Mason of the Sonics.
Now he's leading Kenny, but he had a miss. So he doesn't get a replacement. He's got to come up with a good one here to maintain his lead. But he's been the most consistent. Doesn't count. Ooh, if he pulls this one off, though.
If he pulls that off, you know, he's
a winner.
He can take the trophy home. He's got $25,000, and he's got a new nickname from me on Monday.
What?
I don't know. I'm going to come up with it.
How many of those tries do you get?
I remember last year, the word was 3.
Yeah, Larry Hughes. I think that's the Larry Hughes rule.
Yes.
That's the Larry Hughes rule.
And Mason connects on his 3rd attempt.
Safe than sorry. That's what we just saw there.
Well, I'll tell you what. If he would have been able to pull off that first one, that would have clinched it. It just goes to show you how awesome Carter was last year, able to do that. But this is still impressive. Mason has been the most consistent dunker so far in the competition.
Most consistent dunker by far in the competition.
All right, here is the score. Desmond Mason a 44. And a total of 89 for the final. And now, Baron Davis of the Charlotte Hornets, who had promised the blind man's bluff out of the pages of Cedric Ceballos. And being aided by teammate David Wesley. Kenny, can he see? What do you think?
Hey, this was one of my 5 worst dunks because I didn't think that Cedric Ceballos really could not see. Baron Davis can see. He can see. He is fooling us too much. He can see. I don't know what kind of gimmick he has, but he can see.
Well, you said he had to get the crowd involved. He's getting the crowd involved.
Look at that hole right there. I can see your hole, big guy.
Baron Davis needs a 46 to win it. Stevenson has already been eliminated.
Nothing. I was faking it out.
Is that
a replacement?
He was checking it out.
No, he was trying to fake you, man.
Did he already use his replacement?
Yes, he did. He used that replacement on a missed dunk
I was faking
earlier,
it.
so that will do it for Baron Davis. And the winner is Desmond Mason of the Seattle Supersonics. Let's go to Craig.
All right, Baron. First of all, you did not get the dunk. You did not win the competition, but your integrity is intact because they're giving you a lot of grief saying you could see through that. Obviously, you couldn't.
Look at this, man. You can't see no holes. Ain't no holes in this. I couldn't see. But David wasn't supposed to stop me. I told him stop me if I'm not close enough. But
you know, you could have cheated and put some holes in there. Nobody would know the difference.
Oh, well, I guess I messed up. It was good fun.
Great effort, though.
I appreciate it. Thanks.
Marv?
Well, the blind man's bluff did not exactly work the way Baron Davis had planned it.
He should have had a hole if he didn't. That is the all-time worst dunk contest.
That's
dunk. That's all-time worst.
That's going to be in your bottom.
Darrell Armstrong has just moved down on my list.
And Deshaun Stevenson is just finishing it out. Not in grand style. He cannot win it. Desmond Mason has clinched it. Even a 50 would put him 1 point short of Mason. Nice finish, but it will not matter.
There's some power right there.
That was beautiful, though. He wanted to go between the legs, and then the ball came up too high.
Stevenson awaiting the score, and I'm certain he does not realize that he does not have a shot. But there's no question that Desmond Mason of the Seattle Supersonics, the rookie from Oklahoma State.
Hey, I gave you a low score, but I didn't give you lower than what they got. No question about it. Congratulations.
If you could have pulled off between the legs, you would have got good scores.
I kept in my pants.
He would have had a nickname for you.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Well, Desmond Mason, the most consistent dunker. You win the championship. Tell us what you tried to accomplish here.
The main thing was just to come out and just have a lot of fun. We had a bunch of young guys in the dunk contest this year, and, just kind of getting their face out there and have the opportunity to come to All-Star Weekend, which has been a dream of mine for a long time. But, to come out and have fun. If you win, you win. If you lose, have fun doing it.
Did you look at some of the past dunkers, like the great champions, like Michael Jordan, Dr. J, Dominique Wilkins, Vince Carter, and try to learn something?
I mean, you could try to, but, all those dunks, they did those early. And it's becoming, you got to come up, be more creative right now. And, that's what I tried to do today. And I think all the guys tried to do, if you can see that, be a little more creative, be unique about your dunks. And, it's kind of hard with all the dunks that's been taken away from us today.
A great victory. You represent the Seattle Sonics, but also you represent your alma mater, Oklahoma State. How difficult is this time then for you after the plane crash and the tragedy that happened at Oklahoma State?
It's been hard. I mean, I've been thinking about it every day. It's hard to get off your mind. There's so much speculation. There's a little closure on the situation, me having an opportunity to go back, but it's still hard to lose some friends in that manner. And, I'm just trying to deal with it the best way I can. My teammates are helping me in Seattle. My family back in Oklahoma State, my family in Texas, they're helping me out get through this situation. But it's still a struggle for me, though.
So many people put the NBA players on a pedestal. They forget they had the same tragedies. They feel the same sorrows as everybody in the stands and everywhere. How tough really was it for you to concentrate on the game, knowing after you went back to the memorial service, you had to think about the game of basketball?
It's kind of hard when you can sit out there and play basketball and feel guilty about it. I mean, this has been a lifelong dream for me, but I feel guilty going out and playing, knowing that I've lost teammates that love the game also. And it's hard to deal with. It's hard to smile. It's hard to laugh. Because you lost people like that and their families' lives are torn apart right now. But, all I can do is help them the best way I can. It's helping me also get some closure on the situation and deal with this problem. But it's been rough. It's been a tough situation.
Desmond Mason said it was hard to smile. It's hard to laugh. If you enjoyed his performance here, let's let Desmond Mason know how we feel about him. Congratulations.
Appreciate it.
All right, thank you, Craig. Desmond Mason is the NBA.com slam dunk champion in the final round, defeating the 19-year-old Deshaun Stevenson and Baron Davis of the Charlotte Hornets. We'll be back in a moment.